Hey guys! Welcome back! So, for those who haven't watched the part 1 of this series, I hope you guys can check it out in our channel. And ang title ng series na to is The Things We Didn't Know Before Moving to New Zealand. So, this is the part 2. That means we are on number 6. Okay guys, so point number 6. Children are allowed to walk towards their school and towards home without adult supervision as long as there is an adult supervision at home. So, dito guys, malayo pa lang yung mga students or even, you know, like kahit adult ka na. Pag nakita ka ng vehicle, hihinto na yan to give way sa mga tao. So, especially sa students, kasi very careful yan, yung time na nasa between 8:20, yan yung time na papasok na yung mga bata, naglalakad papuntang eskwelahan, and going home from 3:05 ng hapon yan. Yan na yung uwian ng mga bata. So, yung mga sasakyan, expected na nila na madaming bata sa mga kalsada. And so, they are prepared na mag-give way. They are prepared na mag-stop as soon as makita nila, even from afar, na may mga bata na dadaan. So, na-mention ko na before guys, among one of my vlogs, na yung mga bata dito, allowed silang maglakad papuntang schools kasi very safe sila. So, dito ang schooling is kung ano yung pinakamalapit na school sa address mo, sa physical address mo, yun yung school na tatanggap sa inyo for enrollment. So, like, it doesn't mean na kung gusto mo yung school na to based on Google reviews, kahit malayo yung bahay mo, pwede ka nang mag-enroll. No. They have certain schools na pwede lang nila or pwede lang sa kanilang custody para i-enroll per school. At madaming schools dito guys, so don't worry. Almost per street may mga schools dito. So kung alin yung pinakamalapit na school, yun yung most probably magiging school ng mga anak ninyo dito sa New Zealand. So, ayun guys, yun yung number 6. Number 7, yes, it is difficult to find a home, to find a tenancy, to get approval of tenancy here in New Zealand if you are a newcomer, if you are a newbie here in New Zealand. So, na-mention ko yan guys on the early part of my vlogs that we struggled so much getting approval of our tenancy contract, our tenancy here in New Zealand, because one of the main requirements are, number 1, you have to have payslip or job offer, and number 2, you need to have a record or history of tenancy here in New Zealand. So, if you don't have any of those or you don't have at all, may hirapan ka guys. Just like us, we came from UAE. And so, we came here October 21st. And it has been very difficult for us to be able to get an approval. And na-discuss ko yung way, I think so, in my previous vlogs, kung papaanong makapagpa-approve ng tenancy contract dito sa New Zealand if you are a newbie. Okay? So, ang next one natin guys, number 8. So, number 8 guys, LGBTs are legally and culturally accepted here in New Zealand. If you do not know yet, during as early as the visa application already, you can declare your partner, you know, like in any of the gender, male, female, LGBTQ, it's legally and culturally normal and accepted and respected here in New Zealand. Okay? So, number 9, I think a while ago in the part 1 of this series, I have mentioned about process of being slow here in New Zealand. And among those process is the speed limit, which is quite slow here sa New Zealand. And the reason is, okay, yun sa mga tao na nagtatanong, bakit daw matraffic dito sa New Zealand? Bakit daw ang babagal ng mga tao mag-drive dito sa New Zealand? Bakit daw speed limit is so slow here in New Zealand? You know why, guys? Kasi New Zealand is nature. It's mountains, bundok. And so roads are curvy. Roads are uphill, up and down. And so, you cannot expect na mag-drive ng mabilis kung yung roads are curvy, kung yung roads are up and down, uphill. And so, magkakaroon ng accident if mataas ang speed limit ng roads. And so, ang tendency kaya mabagal ang speed limit requirement dito sa New Zealand is because ganon yung mga roads dahil nasa bundok po tayo dito sa New Zealand. So, that explains why. So, number 10, okay? In schools, not only tuition is free, but also lunch and fruit breaks are free. So, I'm not sure if all schools here in New Zealand, but my children are enjoying that privilege, not only free tuition, but also free lunch and free snacks in the school. So, in many years of our lives, we haven't experienced that. We have never heard of that, even in our own home country in the Philippines, as well as in UAE, where we have lived there for 16, 17 years. We have never experienced those type of things. Para sa mga anak namin, yung panganay ko is 10 years old, ang daughter namin is 6 years old, so never namin na-experience yun, guys. So it's a huge blessing sa family namin. Okay? So, anong number na tayo, guys? Number 11. There is no discrimination. There is no racism here in New Zealand, which is, quite frankly, guys, it is very calming. In most parts of the world, racism and discrimination is rampant. And only few countries na may respeto sa bawat isa, kahit anong pinanggalingan mo, sang bansa ka nang galing, anong level ang meron ka sa buhay. Lahat dito pantay-pantay, guys. And that's one of the most beautiful things that we ever discovered living here in New Zealand. And yun yung bagay na nakita namin na wow. Isa sa mga wow factor na nakita namin, worth it yung life decision namin na mag-settle down dito sa New Zealand. I just wanted to give an example kung papaano yung treatment dito sa New Zealand. So, once na nakapag-settle down na kami dito sa bahay namin, dito sa Auckland. So, that was the time na naghanap kami ng schools for the kids. And not only it was too late for us na i-enroll namin ng mga bata, kasi it's only 5 weeks to go na lang, tapos na yung school year. School year kasi dito is January to December, unlike any other school years na nag-start ng June sa Pilipinas, like sa Abu Dhabi naman starts ng September. So dito sa New Zealand, it's January hanggang December. So patapos na yung school year, and not only that, na tinanggap nila yung mga anak namin. Okay? So nung nagpunta kami ng school, yung nag-handle sa amin was, I'm not sure about the nationality. I think Australian yata siya. And he's a male. Maybe matanda lang siya ng konti sa amin, mag-asawa. And he knew for exactly na bago lang kami dito, bagong salta lang kami dito sa New Zealand. And you know kung paano niya kami hinandle. Like, he introduced us to almost all the teachers na pumasok doon sa office nila, na kahit kumbaga maluwang naman yung office, hindi naman niya kinailangan gawin yun. And yet, he introduced us to every single person na pumasok doon sa office nila. And not only that, guys, inupuan talaga niya kami for almost 2 hours para siya mismo ang mag-fill up ng forms para sa 2 anak namin. And then, siya pa yung nag-tour sa amin sa school, siya yung nag-interview sa mga bata, siya yung nagsulat ng mga application forms. And you know what? After the enrollment, nung pag-uwi namin, at binigyan niya kami ng leaflet para daw ma-browse namin yung like policies sa school, yung mga ganyan. Doon namin nabasa na yung palang kausap namin all throughout was the acting principal. Can you imagine, ang school principal nagbigay ng ganon kalaking time and effort sa inyo para upuan kayo, which is pwede naman niyang iutos sa mga staff. I mean, pwede niyang iutos yon, like most probably sa ibang tao doon sa opisina, but he was the one who handled the enrollment himself. Ganon ka-accommodating yung mga tao dito, ganon kadali kausap yung mga tao dito. Very accommodating, very friendly yung mga tao dito, very acceptable kahit anong level mo sa buhay, kahit anong nationality mo, ganun sila ka-respectful, guys. So, yun. Number 12 na tayo, guys. Okay. So, number 12. Nung dumating kami dito sa New Zealand, guys, we lived at hotel sa Manukau, and then we shifted sa isang Airbnb apartment hotel. Okay? Magkaibang location na. Nakalimutan ko na, guys, kung anong area yung nilipatan namin. Okay? And then, right now, we also live in the city, pero residential siya, guys. Hindi siya building. Okay? Yung tinitirhan namin ngayon, guys, is beside siya ng highway. Meaning, like cars, may mga dumadaan na cars na maririnig mo kahit anong oras dito sa bahay. Kasi nga, katabi namin is yung kalsada lang. Paglabas mo ng gate, yan na mismo yung daan. And yung hotel was also beside, it's not really like the main road, pero may mga sasakyan din na dumadaan. And yung Airbnb, ganun din naman. Okay? So, ano yung point ko, guys, about the cars? Number 12, napansin namin, people here likes, loud sounds in their cars. So, maski anong oras pa yan, guys, mahilig sila dun sa, dun sa, anong tawag dun sa, yung sa term na yun, like, yung woofing sound, yung ganon, yung parang, yung sa sobrang lakas ng sounds nila sa kotse nila, sa loob ng kotse nila, maririnig mo na parang nagva-vibrate na yung daan. Minsan, like, tulog kami, like, kung magigising ka, maririnig mo talaga yung yung tunog ng sasakyan. Like, can you imagine that na parang nagva-vibrate sa lakas nilang mag-sounds? So, in all 3 areas na tinirhan namin, guys, ganun lahat. Mahilig talaga sila sa malakas na sounds sa sasakyan nila. Number 13. Okay. Things we didn't know in New Zealand. sa pagkakaalam namin guys, madaming puno dito sa New Zealand. Maganda ang environment kasi maraming halaman, maraming puno. But not to a point guys, na yung mga flowers dito, it's everywhere guys. Yung literal na tipong yung damo sa daan, it's all over. Flowers yan lahat guys. Na tipong yung walang nag-aalaga yung halaman lang dyan sa daan na madadaanan mo. Even yung abandoned mga abandoned areas, makikita mo guys ang gaganda talaga ng mga flowers. Merong flowers sa damuhan, and maglalakad ka guys, madadaanan mo puro petals talaga ng flowers. And you know, like, it's not only it looks beautiful. Even kami, pagpapasok kami dito sa sa main entrance namin sa bahay, maamoy mo talaga fresh flowers guys. Kasi wherever you go, wherever you look, talagang punong-puno yan ng flowers. And fruits. By the way, may lemon tree kami na 2. Dito sa may likuran and dito sa may side ng bahay namin. Okay? So, that is number 13. Number 14. Weather changes many times in one single day. Like, you will experience different types of weather in a daytime. Like, for instance, pagkagising mo, it's very chilly, it's very cold. Tapos, mga bandang 10 o'clock, biglang iinit. Tapos, after 1 oras, uulan na naman. Pagkatapos umulan, biglang malamig na naman. And so, it keeps changing. Even now, na November na guys, na pa-summer na, like at night, there are times na sobrang init. Not like UAE weather, kasi UAE is desert naman guys, so expected na talagang mainit talaga yung panahon sa UAE kasi desierto yun, Middle East yun eh. Pero dito sa New Zealand guys, syempre lahat naman dito kasi ng bahay, mostly walang aircon yung mga kwarto. Meron aircon dito, like sa bahay namin, merong aircon sa living room. Pero yung mga kwarto, hindi na yun aabutan ng aircon. So, may mga electric fans naman kami dito sa kwarto. Pero yun nga guys, during summer, kailangan mo talaga yun dito. Pero what I'm saying is, ngayon na summer na halos dito sa New Zealand, mainit. And then all of a sudden, like mga bandang 2 a.m., 3 a.m., biglang lalamig guys. So can you imagine summer tapos biglang malamig? Sabi nga namin, yung summer dito sa New Zealand, yun ang winter namin sa UAE. O, diba guys? What else? Number 15. Ito na yung last point natin dito sa part ng video na to guys. Number 15, rental payments are weekly. Same thing as with the salary. So, ayun lang guys. I hope you get to enjoy this video, part 2 of the series, the things we didn't know before moving to New Zealand. So I'll see you again guys in the part 3 of this video, and in the upcoming series after this series. Ang plan ko on the next series is about cost of living in New Zealand. So I'll see you guys. Bye!